Uninvited. The Price of Betrayal.
Part 1. The Cold Open.
The glow from Micah's phone lit his face in the dark, the only light in the room. He sat still, hunched forward on the edge of his leather couch, thumb frozen mid-scroll. On the screen, his little sister Sierra twirled in a glittery dress. 18 never looked so good. Surrounded by friends and a tower of cupcakes, balloons everywhere, champagne bottles clinking. Even Aunt Joyce was there, high-stepping in her church heels like it was a Sunday party. Everyone laughing, toasting. Everyone but him. Micah swallowed hard. The video looped. He let it play again. Not one call, not one message. No invitation, just silence. He backed out of Sierra's story, still gripping the phone, and tapped over to his mom's page. There she was, arms around Sierra and Uncle James, captioned, "My twin and my rock. Happy birthday, baby girl. We so proud of you." He stared at the screen, then blinked. Swipe back. The post right before that? Thanksgiving dinner. A full table, turkey, candied yams, his grandma's collard greens, all of them posing with plates in hand, shouting, "Family first," to the camera. Micah hadn't even known they were cooking. He spent Thanksgiving alone, ate Chinese takeout, watched reruns of Shark Tank, and did nothing but read and trade. And now? This. He locked his phone. The room was dead quiet, but his mind wasn't. It was loud in there, screaming questions, slapping together memories like puzzle pieces that never really fit. He looked around his condo, minimalist, modern, spotless, floor-to-ceiling windows, a view of the skyline, everything in here. He bought on his own, every dime, every plate, every stitch of furniture. No one gave him anything. So why did he give them everything? His voice came low, nearly a whisper, but laced with something sharp. "Y'all uninvited me from your lives. Don't cry when I return the favor." He stood up slowly, walked to the fridge, and pulled out a bottle of water. No rage, no tears, just silence and decision. The kind that doesn't shake the room, but reshapes a man. Part 2. The support he gave. Micah didn't grow up with money. He grew up watching the lights get cut off on a Wednesday and come back on just in time for Sunday dinner. He knew the sound of overdue bills slipping through the door, the taste of ramen with hot sauce, the look on his mom's face when she told Sierra, "Tell your teacher you left your permission slip at home." But Micah was different. He spent his summers in the library and nights watching YouTube stock tutorials on 240p Wi-Fi. He took the $600 stimulus check they gave him at 18, flipped it into $1,200, then $10,000. By the time he turned 20, he had 6 figures sitting in his brokerage account. No chains, no flex, just pure strategy. And when his family found out, they didn't ask how. They asked for help. First, it was rent. "Just this 1 month," his mom said. Then groceries. Sierra needed a new iPad for school. Uncle James just needed a little something to hold him over. Micah gave, and gave, and gave. Every Zelle, every Cash App, every grocery run. He paid off the $3,000 balance on his mom's credit card, never mentioned it again. He put $1,500 towards Sierra's SAT tutoring, even though she skipped half the sessions. When Aunt Joyce got evicted, he let her stay in his guest room for 3 months rent-free. She told everybody she was helping Micah out. He didn't argue. He never needed credit. All he ever wanted was respect. But somewhere along the way, the thank yous stopped. His mom started saying things like, "Well, you got it, don't you?" Sierra would roll her eyes if he brought up anything serious, like saving or discipline or self-worth. "Micah think he better than everybody now," she once whispered. Not quiet enough. He brushed it off. But the truth cut deeper than any insult. He wasn't family anymore. He was funding it. Part 3. The Betrayal. The phone rang twice before his mom picked up. "Hello?" Micah didn't speak at first, just let the silence stretch. He could hear her folding clothes, maybe walking around the house like it was just another normal day. "Hey, baby, you there?" He exhaled through his nose. Calm. "You didn't invite me." She paused, a soft laugh, confused. "Invite you to what?" Micah blinked slowly. He could hear the lie building already. "Thanksgiving. Sierra's birthday. All of it. I saw the posts." Another pause. Longer. "Well, I mean, I figured you were busy, always working. Plus, Sierra said she didn't want me there. Micah, she sighed. You know how she is. She's young. She gets moody. And you listen to her. You let an 18-year-old decide if her own brother, who's been feeding this family, should show up. Micah, don't start with that. Nobody asked you to do those things. You offered. You're right, he said coldly. I did. Out of love, not obligation. But y'all started treating it like payroll. She sucked her teeth. Now you being dramatic? You already uninvited me. I'm just making it official. He hung up. Not out of anger, not even pain anymore. Just finality. 5 minutes later, his phone buzzed. Sierra. A text. LMAO, so you big mad, huh? Ha ha ha. He stared at it. Didn't reply. She sent another. You acting like a hurt ex. By E, ha ha ha. Micah locked the phone, stood up, and walked to his home office, sat down at his desk, opened his laptop, logged into his accounts. Mom's prepaid gas card? Disabled? Lease for Sierra's car? Terminated. She'd have 7 days. Recurring transfers to Aunt Joyce's rent? Cancelled. Family Netflix account? Logged out on all devices. He even removed their numbers from his emergency contact list. I'm not the villain, he whispered to himself. I'm the lesson. Part 4. The Cutoff and Fallout. It started small. Micah's mom stood at pump 6, swiping the gas card like she always did. Declined. She tried again. Slower this time. Lips tightening. Declined. She pulled out her phone and dialed Micah. Straight to voicemail. The next morning, Sierra came out of her last class to find her car gone. Towed. She panicked, called campus security, thinking it was a mistake. That's when she checked her email and saw the subject line, Lease Termination Notice. Final warning ignored. Her scream echoed in the parking lot. She called her mom in tears. Then, in rage, blamed everybody but herself. Within 72 hours, Aunt Joyce realized her rent hadn't gone through. She texted Micah a string of confused messages. Hey baby, hope we're okay. Just checking to see if there was an issue on your end. Micah never replied. He wasn't being petty. He was being precise. The family group chat, once filled with good morning gifts and Bible verses, had gone silent. Nobody dared speak his name. Not out loud. Not yet. But the whispers started. Micah cut them off? Did he really take the car back? After everything he did for them? At the next cousin gathering, his name came up over plastic plates and red cups. Sierra rolled her eyes. He acting like we owe him something. One of the older cousins said, Don't y'all? I mean, y'all played him. Sierra looked away. His grandma didn't say much, until she did. You don't just bite the hand that feeds you, she said, sipping her tea. You learn to hold it. With care. Meanwhile, Micah moved different. He stopped checking his phone for apologies that weren't coming. He stopped explaining decisions to people who only valued his money. He signed the lease on a downtown condo, exposed brick, big windows, a place that felt like his. Started filming his own videos. Tips on stocks. Credit. Discipline. Teaching other young black men how to build, not beg. The only time he mentioned his family was in passing. Sometimes the people closest to you are the first to forget who you are, until you remind them. He didn't need to say more. Success said it for him. And back home, Sierra got a part-time job at a clothing store she used to laugh at. His mom started riding with coworkers, quietly struggling to keep up with rent. Aunt Joyce moved in with her sister. Again, no texts, no calls, no thank yous. Just silence. And in that silence, Micah found peace. Part 5. The Final Act. Karma's Return and Closure. It had been 3 weeks since the last text, a month since the cutoff. Micah was on his balcony, early morning light stretching over the skyline. He sipped his tea slow, wrapped in the kind of peace you only earn. His phone buzzed. A voicemail. From a number he hadn't saved but knew by heart. He waited. Listened. It was his mom. Her voice was low. Worn. Micah, I know things got out of hand. I didn't mean for it to go that far. Your sister, she's still young, still figuring herself out, and maybe I didn't handle it right, but Baby, we need you. I need you. She hesitated, then softened. You're still my son. I'm sorry, all right? I know you feel like we turned our backs on you, but maybe you can find it in your heart to come home. Click. Micah didn't move, didn't react right away. He just let the words hang in the air like steam off his mug. He closed his eyes for a moment. The memory of eating takeout on Thanksgiving. The laughter he never heard. The absence that spoke louder than words. Later that day, he received another message. This time, from Sierra. A video. Not one she sent to him directly. He found it through someone else's repost. She was on live, mascara smudged, her voice trembling with frustration. He cut everybody off just 'cause he got a lil money. He think he better now. People fake, even your own blood. Like, who does that to family? The comments scrolled fast. But what did y'all do, though? I heard he paid y'all bills? She mad she lost her sponsor. Micah shook his head, smiled. Not cruel, just tired. That night, he recorded a voice note and sent it directly to his mother. Short, final. Y'all didn't lose me when I stopped sending money. You lost me the night I saw your faces smiling at a table I was never invited to. I was never your ATM. I was your son, and you chose convenience over connection. So I'm choosing peace over guilt. He paused, then ended it with one line. You don't get to choose when I matter. Micah stepped outside, locking the door behind him. The city buzzed around him, alive with the noise of people chasing purpose. He didn't look back. Because sometimes closure doesn't come with a reunion. Sometimes it comes when you finally realize that walking away was the healing. Epilogue. 1 year later. It had been a full year since Micah went silent. He didn't block them, didn't need to. He just became unreachable. Micah was now a guest speaker at universities, telling rooms full of hungry students how he flipped $600 into freedom. His YouTube channel had grown to 200,000 subscribers. His first book, The Ones You Feed, was trending on Black Book Club lists everywhere. He no longer explained himself. He no longer wondered if they missed him. He was building something bigger than them now. Legacy. He rented a cabin in Colorado for his birthday. Just him, a fire, jazz, and a journal. He was smiling more these days, not because everything was perfect, but because he stopped letting broken people dictate his worth. Back home, the house was quieter. Sierra was attending a local community college now. No car. Working part-time at a nail salon. Every time she saw someone driving a car like the one Micah leased her, her stomach turned a little. She deleted the video of her crying on live months ago, but the internet never forgets. She knew she couldn't reach him, and deep down, she knew why. Micah's mom had grown more reflective. She still didn't say much out loud, but the absence settled heavy in the house. Sometimes she'd scroll through old pictures of Micah, the ones before the money, before the distance. She thought about texting him on holidays, but never hit send. The thing about bridges? You can only cross them if they're still standing. Micah's voicemail now said, "If you're calling to make peace, I pray you already found it. Be well." No bitterness, no heat, just a man who walked through the fire and kept walking. Uninvited, The Price of Betrayal. A short story by L. Miller.
Please follow for more. I'll write weekly if you like.